Then Abdul Muttalib, grandfather, he said that we have no intention to fight you. We don't want to fight you. Yeah. And I've just come here to ask for my camels. Ask for my camels. I was saying, what? Ask for what? Ask for camels? I've come to destroy everything that you like, everything that you honor. I've come to destroy your Kaaba, your city, your religion, everything, your business, because Makkah had a lot of trade also. People used to come and buy and sell things in Makkah. So I've come to destroy everything that you want, and you wanted camels? Oh, I thought you were an intelligent person. Many years ago, many years ago, before Rasulullah was born, a few months before he was born, a king from Yemen, he decided to destroy the Kaaba. Destroy what? And what is Kaaba? Kaaba, what is Kaaba? Kaaba is Baytullah. Kaaba is? What is Baytullah? The house of Allah. So this king decided to destroy Baytullah, the house of Allah. Now why did he want to destroy the house of Allah? Why? Who'll tell me why? Who'll tell me why? Why?
Because many people were going pilgrimage to Kaaba.
Yes.
And he wanted them to come to his place.
In one line, he was jealous. He was jealous. He wanted to destroy the house of Allah because he was jealous. Many people would go there every year for Hajj, for Tawaf, for other rituals. They would go there and he was jealous. He said, why are they going there? They should come to me in Yemen. This king was from Yemen. He said, they should come to me and do their rituals here with me. So we had a huge building, a nice, beautiful building he constructed, and he wanted people to go there and do their rituals. Good. And so he wanted to be successful in his whole plan. So he decided to destroy the Kaaba. Yeah. And he brought with him an army. Now this was not a normal army. This is not a normal army. In those days, armies had soldiers, horses.
Elephants.
Yeah? No. This army had elephants. Usually, elephants were not there in the army. In deserts, there are no elephants. There are no elephants. Elephants live in Africa and jungles. Desert has no elephants. So this army was special because it had elephants. It had what?
Elephants.
Elephants. So he brought an army with a lot of elephants in them. And he marched towards Makkah. Makkah. With the intention to destroy it. With the intention to destroy it. Now that's a very dangerous thing. That's a very dangerous. Why is it dangerous? Because
Allah was protecting the
because you are challenging Allah. You want to destroy the house of Allah. May Allah protect us. See, I mean? So this person, he travels from Yemen to Makkah, this king, with his army, an elephant in the army, and the elephant, there was a big elephant in front, and there's a name of the elephant. This elephant was called Mahmud. He was called Mahmud. He brought this army, elephants, and Mahmud with him, and he wanted to destroy Makkah. Yeah? The name of the king was? Abraha. The name of the king was? Abraha. He brought this army with him, elephants with him. And he reached the outskirts of Makkah. He reached the? What are outskirts? Outskirts? The boundary. Outside Makkah. Outskirts means? Outside Makkah. And he camped. He put his camps there. Now when he put his camps there were camels who were grazing outside Makkah. Camels were eating grass. They were grazing. They were eating. They were feeding. So his army men, they captured 200 elephants. They captured? Because when army goes, they do a lot of things. They do a lot of bad things. They do injustice. So they captured the animals. And these animals belong to the leader of Makkah. Leader of the tribe that lived in Makkah. Which tribe lived in Makkah? Qur'an. Which tribe? Qur'an. So they captured these elephants which belonged to the leader of Quraysh. And who was the leader? Who was the leader? He was the grandfather of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The leader was the grandfather. And what was his name? Abdul Muttalib. He captured his elephants, 200 elephants, and then Abraha camped outside Mecca, and he sent his men to Mecca. Go inside and bring the leader of Quraysh. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. So Abdul Muttalib came outside Mecca in his camp. Now when he saw Abdul Muttalib, Abraham was impressed. He was a leader. He was tall, well-built. He had a face that looked powerful. Everything was right. Abraham was impressed. So he got up from his chair, from his throne, and he sat with Abdul Muttalib on the carpet. Because he was so impressed with his mannerisms and his personality and his looks, he sat with him on the carpet. And he said, look, I've come to destroy your city and your religion and everything that you like, everything that you honor. I've come to destroy that. And don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop me. Leave this place. Get out of Makkah. I don't want to see you guys. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to harm you. Just leave my path. Let me do what I want to do. Don't try to stop me. Then Abdul Muttalib, grandfather, he said that we have no intention to fight you. We don't want to fight you. Yeah. And I've just come here to ask for my camels. Ask for my camels. I was saying, what? Ask for what? Ask for? Camels. I've come to destroy everything that you like, everything that you honor. I've come to destroy your Kaaba, your city, your religion, everything, your business, because Makkah had a lot of trades also. People used to come and buy and sell things in Makkah. So I've come to destroy everything that you want, and you want your camels? Oh, I thought you were an intelligent person. I thought you weren't? That you are not that intelligent. What are you talking about? Then Abdul Muttalib, he said, subhanAllah, look at what he said. He said, I am the Lord of my camels. I'm responsible for my camels. Yeah. And the Lord of this house, the Lord of this house is above the heaven. The Lord of this house is Allah. The Lord of the house is Allah. I'm responsible for my camels. Yeah, for their safety, for their protection, and Allah is responsible for the safety and protection of His house. So what he said, it's not my job to protect. Allah will do it, and it's between you and Allah. He said, what? It's between you. So he meant it's between you and Allah. Just give my camels. So Abraham was impressed with his answer. He said, oh good. So he released the camels. He said, go. Take your camels and just go. Leave Makkah, and I'll do what I want to do. I'll do what I want to do. So Abdul Muttalib, he went back to Makkah and he told his people that let's leave the Makkah because Abraha has these intentions and he wants to destroy Kaaba. He wants to destroy Kaaba. May Allah protect us and guide us. Say amen. Okay, so now before leaving, everybody started leaving Makkah with their families, their animals, and their, children, and their wealth and everything that's leaving. When they left, everybody had left. Abdul Muttalib, on the door of Kaaba in those days, there was a metal ring. There was a metal ring. A metal ring. He held on to the metal ring and he made dua to Allah. He made Dua to Allah. He wanted Allah to protect his house. Yeah. So before leaving, he made this special dua to Allah, and he also left 100 camels near Kaaba for Allah. These were for, he left these camels for Allah, and he knew that if this is now, these camels are also the property of Allah. So if Abraha's army, they take the camels, they take the camels of Allah, Allah would take revenge. Allah would take revenge, Allah would punish him because he's taking Allah's camels. So he left the camels, he made this dua, and he left Makkah. And the road was clear. The road was clear, and there was nobody to stop him. There was nobody to stop him. The next day morning, Abraha started his army towards Makkah. He started walking and walking and walking. When they reached near Makkah, Mahmud, the elephant was in front, the big elephant, he stopped. He stopped and he kneeled down. And he kneeled down, and they were surprised. Why is this elephant not moving? This is the time we have to do our task, and he's not moving. Then the elephant has stopped. He's kneeled down now. What to do? They push him. They use their weapons so that he stands up and he walks towards Makkah. But Mahmud did not budge. Mahmud did not budge. He did not move. They tried everything, but Mahmud would not enter Kaaba. Yeah, because Mahmud knew he was in the sacred house of Allah. He was in the sacred town. So who was stopping Mahmud? Allah. So Mahmud was following not Abraha's orders, he was following Allah's orders. He was following the orders of Allah. Allah stopped Mahmud. He stopped outside Makkah. He did not move. They played a trick on Mahmud. That's what they said. Let us try this. They turned his face away from Kaaba, away from Makkah, and they pushed him. He stood up and started walking. So Mahmud is walking away from Kaaba, and then they tried to quickly turn him back. But as soon as he turned back towards Kaaba, he kneeled down again. He said, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to move. You do whatever. That's not for me. It's the house of Allah. How can I enter and destroy? I'm Allah's makhluk. I'm Allah's creation. Allah has created me. Allah has. I'm an elephant. How can I go against Allah? How can I destroy the house of Allah? Allah has created me. So the elephant did not move. Mahmud did not move. They tried everything. They pushed him. They hit him. They hurt him. They did everything. Mahmud did not move. So as they were trying and doing this, trying to push Mahmud inside Kaaba and make him do what they wanted to do, the army saw in the horizon something black, cloud-like emerging. Cloud-like emerging, coming from that direction. And it was moving towards them. And they said, oh, what's that? It looks like a cloud. Is it a cloud? A black shadow, a black cloud that is moving towards them. But this thing started moving towards them. It got bigger and bigger in size. Yeah. And it had some noise in it. Some noise was coming out of it. And very soon this black cloud grew in size. It became big and big and big. And they realized these were birds. These were birds. Yeah. Now imagine an army that had elephants. The army of Abraham. Elephants and soldiers and whatnot. And then Allah sent His army. Allah sent His army. And what was in the army of Allah? Rabi. What was there? Rabi birds were flying. This was the army of Allah. This was the army of Allah. Allah says in Qur'an, this is subhanAllah beautiful. Allah says, وَأَرْسَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ طَيْرًا أَبَابِيلَ. And we sent for them what? Ababil birds. Subhanallah. Imagine, everybody listens to Allah. Mahmoud is listening to Allah. The Ababil birds are listening to Allah. And these birds have two pebbles in their two claws. Pebbles in their and a pebble in their beak. Pebble in there. And they flew over them this huge flock of birds. Ababil birds. These tiny birds, they flew towards Abraha's army and they started dropping those pebbles on the army of Abraham. And guess what happened?
They died.
Guess what happened? Huh? They were confused. What's happening? Who's attacking us? We have stones raining from the sky. And these stones, whoever did the stones hit them, he was destroyed. He was destroyed. He was gone. Nothing was left. So they started throwing these stones started raining from the sky, and the entire army was decimated. Decimated. What is decimated? Destroyed completely. Nothing was remaining of them. Yeah. Now the people of Makkah, they were watching. They were watching from these mountain tops. They ran to the mountains. Yeah. They went to the mountains to protect themselves from Abraha's army. Now they saw, they knew in their hearts that this house belongs to Allah. This house belongs to Allah. And Allah would protect it. Allah would protect it. So you know what they did? They saw how Allah protected His house. How Allah protected His house. So Abraha wanted to challenge Allah, and Allah did this to him. Yeah, and Allah talks about this in Qur'an. It's a very famous surah that we all learn and memorize. Yeah. Which surah is that? Surah Al-Fil. أَلَمْ تَرَ كَيْفَ فَعَلَ رَبُّكَ بِأَصْحَابِ الْفِيلِ. Yeah. أَلَمْ يَجْعَلْ كَيْدَهُمْ فِي تَضْلِيلٍ وَأَرْسَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ طَيْرًا أَبَابِيلَ. And they hit them with stones. تَرْمِيهِمْ بِحِجَارَةٍ مِّن سِجِّيلٍ. And Allah says, فَجَعَلَهُمْ كَعَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ. And they were like eaten up straw, destroyed completely. The army destroyed. Abraha ran away, and while going back, he had a disease because of which he died on his way back, and the entire army was destroyed. This event became so important that the year when this happened was called the year of the elephant. In the Arabic calendar, they call it Amul Fil. They call it Amul Fil. So we have very important lessons in this story for us. Yeah, how animals listen to Allah, how everybody listens to Allah, and how we should obey and do what Allah wants us to do. Yeah. So are you glad the story? Yeah. I do enjoy it, inshallah. And in the next session, we'll have lessons based on this story. We're going to read the story first, then we'll have lessons from this story, discussion from this story, and the vocabulary, and then we'll do some writing tasks based on the story. Yeah? So that was story for you, the story of Abraha, and may Allah make us implement the lessons from this story in our lives. Okay? Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.